another video for my Team Max Bat, Tidewater Bomber teams. This time we're going to be working on something really dear to our heart, something that takes a lot of effort, and it's the catching position. We're going to go over quite a bit of information. It's going to be a little bit longer than it is, but hopefully we'll cover a lot of details in our Catching 101 videos that we're getting ready to post. All right, guys, let's just be honest. I'm just gonna speak from my heart for a second. You are not a catcher if you just put catcher's gear on. You have to be a catcher in here and in here. You've got to be a dog. You've got to be the smartest. You have to be the toughest. You have to be willing to work the hardest. You have to be willing to get hit with the ball. You have to be willing to be the most aggressive, confident baseball player on that field, because you have to control everything. You see everything. Everything starts and ends with you. You touch the ball every single play. You've got to be a dog. You've got to want the dirt. You've got to want the grind. If you don't have that mentality, if you don't love getting hit with the ball, if you cannot endure the pain, if you don't love getting your legs in shape and just having them scream pain at you while you're doing it and willing to push through it, don't be a catcher. One thing that happens with catchers is they get neglected. You get neglected because your pitchers are always throwing bullpens, so you have to be the catcher catching bullpens. Sometimes kids are hitting live while you're doing that. Sometimes they're taking batting practice on the field while they're doing that. They're in the cages while they do that, and you're just sitting there catching bullpens. So the first thing I always tell our catchers, and I would love to encourage everybody to do, is be a hitter even though you're catching the ball during your bullpen sessions with your pitchers. Work on your timing. As soon as you see the ball released, in your mind, say ball or strike, like you're gonna attack it as a hitter. Put yourself in the batter's box mentally when you're going to get the ball, and like kind of visualize your stride foot hitting the ground and contact being made out in front of the plate. As a hitter, even though you're behind the plate, you can work on your timing mentally and visually, even though you're not actually getting some reps. And those are two things that, you know, all hitters have to work on nonstop. So I encourage you, number one, that always gets overlooked, work on your batting practice even though you're catching the bullpen. So also, you know, you get neglected. Sometimes catchers get taken for granted. And this isn't so much for catchers, but it's for anybody watching the video who plays baseball, who coaches baseball, who is a parent of a baseball player. Take a minute after every practice, take a minute after every single game, and thank your catcher for putting on that gear, for squatting in that dirt, for getting hit with the ball, and for sacrificing their body and their time and their effort just so the pitchers and the rest of the team can get better. So just say thank you. It goes a long way to the catchers.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to go over is the stances. Signal stance is the first stance. You want to start with your toes straight ahead and shoulder width apart, and you're going to go straight down into a squat. You're going to take your wristwatch and your glove and put it on the outside of your knee. That way it protects the signal. You can't be seen by the third base coach. Your knees are going to be tucked in straight ahead. You're going to take your hand and put it on your belt buckle, so that way your signal is right in front of your pants, not below your pants.
One thing I want to talk about with the signal stance real quick is it's the catcher's job to make sure they're aware of what is going on in the base paths. So if you see somebody trying to peek in and get signs at first, or if you're trying to see somebody peek in and get signs at second, if you see the base runner always leading with one arm on a fastball, or two arms on off speed, or pulling one pant leg, or adjusting one helmet, you know, one hand down the helmet, or two, whatever, it's your job to see something unusual so you can go and switch your signs up and mix your signal cadence and sequence up. So it's the catcher's job, make sure we're aware of our surroundings on the base paths.
All right, from signal stance, we're going to go to primary stance. That stance is the stance used with nobody on and less than 2 strikes. Your toes, notice how the toes are pointed out, the butt's real low, nice and comfortable. You can sit on your haunches. Take 2 fingers, put it in the side of your shoe, so that way it protects the throwing hand from foul balls. Give a target nice and soft with a nice bent elbow, and stay inside your body. Try and give the target early, and then you go and you can attack to the ball from there. All right. So we go signal stance. From there, we're going to go to secondary stance. Secondary stance, notice how his feet are straight, his knees are bent, he's kind of in a sitting position. This stance is used when people are on base and we have 2 strikes on the hitter. Notice how he is like sitting in a chair. It's a little bit tougher, but it's a very athletic position to throw from. It's an athletic position to block from and control the game and go and attack and frame from. We'll show you a side view here in a moment. Here is the side view for secondary stance. See how his back is flat and straight. See how his knees are at a 90-degree angle. You want your butt to be just a little bit above your knees. There's some debate with that, but this way you attack down and you attack forward instead of having to go up if your butt's low, which he will do right now. Lower your butt, please. Lower. So if your butt's lower, you have to go up to throw or block, and you don't want that to be the first direction you take when you're attacking. So next we want to talk about framing. You know, you're in your solid stances. A couple ways to frame. The way I explain it is just you have a window, and the window is shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to hip, hip to hip, hip to shoulder. You want to catch every ball inside your window. The key to framing, in my opinion, is just making sure that the glove is meeting the ball on its way to the middle of your body. So if you're going to frame, if the ball and the glove meet and it's going away from your body, you're going to carry that ball ever so slightly away from your frame, away from your window. So the way I teach is get around the ball, so that way now the palm of the glove is going in toward, again, the middle of your body. Get around so the ball is going in toward the middle of your body. Also, if you catch the ball like this, there's a portion of the baseball or a portion of the glove that is outside the strike zone. If you're going side to side, there's a chance when you get lazy, you can kind of push the ball away from the plate and you can take pitches away from your pitcher. So we want to try and get everything just going back, high pitch, flap down, get around, always have knuckles, 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 as if this is a window frame, knocking on the window frame. The low pitch, you can hit airplane out, which opens you up to maybe getting thumbed quite a bit, and as a hitter, that's just awful. Or you can funnel in. But either way, just keep it up off the ground to where you're not, like a helicopter, smashing the ball down toward the dirt or toward the plate at contact. Get everything going back toward the center of your body during your frame. That's the key. So here's an example of framing an inside pitch. See how he goes out and gets that? Here's the outside pitch. Here's a high pitch. When you're framing, you're working on framing drills, understand you can use a tennis ball, you can toss it up against the wall, and it can return, and you can work on your different framing technique with the tennis ball. If you don't have a buddy who can throw the ball to you, or a parent who can just toss the ball to you, and you can work on your framing. I like to do a lot of bare hand stuff, so you can go and you can feel and you can go attack the ball. So another framing drill is a little bit more advanced. If you notice, he's got like a golf ball size ball in his hand. He holds it in his pinky and his ring finger, and then we just frame the inside-outside pitches just like we did. So here we're going to work on just attacking the ball with the glove and using the baseball and throwing it to the catcher. So along with framing, some of the things we like to work on is a little bit resistance. This is a 12-ounce ball, total control ball. These sand balls, they're really heavier than the weight of a regular baseball. So anyway, we throw it so that way the catcher really has to work on sticking and making sure that his glove does not move once there's contact with the baseball. Again, let's see if the catcher can stick the ball and make sure that his glove does not move once the ball hits the glove. So last thing about framing is just go get the ball. You got to attack it. Don't let the ball get into you so your elbow gets all locked up. You've got to bang, go and attack your pitch. Gives the umpire a better view, gives you a better opportunity to just stick it out there. And the further you let it get into you, you kind of what we call box it and kind of get handcuffed. So go attack the ball. All right, so now we're going to get into just explain that this is my catching grid. We use it for throwing footwork and we use it for blocking. But the grid, you just want to put some tape straight across. And the reason I have it straight across, I mean, I know a lot, it's really popular to kind of stagger when you are catching because they think it makes it quicker going to second base for throwing. However, if you do stagger, the reach that you have and the range you have on the outside pitches is minimal and limited, as opposed to if you're straight, you can get so much more range with the outer half and get around the ball easier. And this way, there's balls you can't block when you're sideways. So I'm not a fan of staggering. I know people do that a lot, especially at the advanced level showcase. Major league guys do it. I think that's because most of the pitches are thrown where they're supposed to be. At the younger levels, we don't know where the ball's going half the time, so we kind of have to make sure we're good, solid, athletic in every direction. So anyway, that signifies so your feet can be straight. These foul lines, those are the foul lines where we block. Our knees travel up the foul line so we can block and get around. And then the one straight ahead is strictly, so that way when we take our jab step, our feet are lined up straight for second base and we kind of visually see what's going on. So that's your grid, one across, one straight up and down, make a perfect T. And then again, this is your foul line. So if you have a throwdown plate, you can just kind of put it in there and you notice that it goes right up the foul lines. Catchers, when you're warming up, frame. You're playing catch with your buddy in the outfield before games, frame. But once you frame, catch the ball, work on your exchange. Always jab step and always bring the glove back to your ear. So many of us catch the ball and then as we're going to throw, we bring the ball down and the glove down and we make this big long arm action. It's hard to perfect, but if you're in the outfield playing catch with your buddy or you're working on the bullpen and your buddy's getting warmed up for the game or whenever you catch a ball, work on your framing, but also work on bringing that ball to your ear so that way you can exchange at the ear. You can take the ball, a lot of times people will say, take the ball past your ear. Then sometimes it's been taught to throw past your ear. You never throw past your ear. Once you get here, you throw the ball like a baseball player. But it's just a matter of getting here, framing, and jabbing and getting to the ear area when you exchange and get the ball out of the pocket of the glove. So something to work on nonstop. Okay, so we're going to work on throwing. Make sure in the secondary stance we forgot about the OK on the glove. Put on the back of the glove, protect your throwing hand. We frame the pitch. As we frame the pitch, we fist to the chest, so that way the meaty part of the hand is exposed, not the knuckles. And then we're going to bring the glove and jab at the same time, staying low. Okay, and now we are ready to attack into our throw, get into power position, and we're ready to just throw that runner out. One thing you have to remember as a catcher, if there's a runner on base, the most exhilarating, satisfying thing is to make sure you throw them out, you pick them off, whatever the case might be. You've got to be prepared every single pitch for something to happen on the base paths as soon as you catch the ball. You cannot be surprised when they steal. You cannot be surprised when ready to pick them off. You cannot be surprised as a catcher, for any defensive position for that matter. But always be ready to attack your throw. So if you're working on it at home, you want to shadow the steps. We break it down into 1 frame, 2 exchange with the jab step, and 3 to power. Now, here's what it'll look like if you're doing it quick. So remember, when we're talking about throwing the ball down second base, or throwing the ball for that matter, The quicker your feet, the quicker this left foot gets planted, the quicker you can release. You can't release until the left foot lands. So that's why this jab step is so critical, to be really, really short, to get yourself in a position ready to attack your throw. We want to get rid of that baseball as quick as possible, because the ball travels faster than the feet. Okay, so real quick, when you're throwing to third base, we have a stud hitter in the box for us today, but you have to clear the hitter as a catcher. So going to third base, you're going to take your right foot toward the dugout, and then you are going to square up with your left, and now you've cleared the hitter. The hitter's entitled to the batter's box, but they are not entitled to any other spot. So you have to make sure you clear their space. Here's what it looks like quick.
All right, so now we're gonna get into blocking. This is where we separate the baseball players from the catchers. Catchers love the pain. They love the block. They love to get dirty. They love the grind. Not all baseball players can endure that pain. So it's really going to separate whether your child is just a baseball player or if they are truly a catcher. You have to be able to be aggressive, attacking the ball with your body instead of shying away and kind of pulling off when the ball's coming and getting ready to hit you. That is just absolutely critical that you're attacking. In addition, blocking, if a runner's stealing, you're blocking, you're not going to throw the runner out. If they get great extensions and they're getting down reads and they're attacking that second base or third base, you're probably not going to be able to throw them out. Blocking really, really is designed to keep the lazy base runner, the passive base runner, the slow base runner at the base instead of getting them in scoring position or letting them score from third. So it's still something you really, really have to work on. And of course, we have to block the ball. We have to keep the ball in front of us at all times, so that way we keep the umpire clean. We do not want the umpire flinching and backing away. We have to keep every ball possible off of the umpire's box. All right, so we're in our secondary stance, getting ready to block. Key is you want to follow your glove. The hand stays behind the glove, and the glove goes down 45 degrees toward the ground in front of you. And then as you do that, your knees will cover ground forward, and your body will go forward. We do not want our knees to replace the feet. A lot of times people will kick back. Can't do that. We got to cover ground forward. And the reason why is we want to create a short hop every possible chance we can. If we go backwards, then what ends up happening is the ball hits the ground, it gains speed, and it gains height, and the ball will bounce further away from us on the block. Here you'll notice catcher's in a good blocking position. His glove is on the 5-hole. Knees are not too far apart. Ball can't fit in between the glove and the knee to get past you. His hand is protected by his glove. His elbows are puffed out a little bit. His entire chest is wide open. Instead of, a lot of kids, what they'll do is they'll bring their elbows together at the belly button. Can you show us that real quick? And then your forearms are exposed. Instead of using your chest protector, use your forearms. So you want to puff your elbows out a little bit. Here we are again in our blocking position. Notice the rear end is off of the calf. So many kids, when they block, they'll sit down on their heels. Sit down on the heels. If you just watch his shoulders, look how much lower they are. But if you come off your heels, look how the shoulders go up, body goes forward, and now you can attack at the waist, 45 degrees, and your head is even. You don't lift your head up. If you lift your head up, you expose your neck and your ears. And as we're blocking, you can use tennis balls, baseballs if they have gear on, but the ball should bounce straight down like that. Now we're going to demonstrate side-to-side blocking, and real easy. Again, the glove in the hand, you follow it. You're going to go up to third base line for an inside block. And you notice how his knee, just take your knee up there. You go with the left knee up the foul line, and you get your glove out in front of you, and you get your body on a 45-degree angle to the plate. When you do the outside block, if you're talking about right-handed hitter, your right knee goes up the first baseline, and again, you follow your glove, and you get out of the box. Boom, 45-degree angle. Now, real critical, you have to learn the spin, because this is the pitch you're going to block, is usually a two-strike
slider, curveball, your pitcher has to be confident that you're going to block that pitch. You need to be able to, in the bullpen, read the spin. If it kicks back toward the middle, if it kicks away, what does the spin from your particular pitcher do as you go to block?
So with blocking, got to attack it. You have to be gutsy enough to throw your body in front of a ball, willing to sacrifice your body and pain for the will of the team, the good of the team. I had a catcher, we talk about mechanics with blocking. I had a catcher back in the days named Drew Casey. Drew, hope you're doing well. Anyway, he played for Harvard, and when we were working as a high school kid, he would always tell me, Coach, I know the details and the mechanics of blocking, but the bottom line, he would say, I feel like if I want to block, I will block. And that's struck with me. That kind of has stuck since he said that. If you want to block, you will. If you don't want to block, you won't. And you'll just pick and kind of turn your head away. You have to have the will, the passion, the desire to block that ball and keep it in front of you if you want to be a great catcher.
So just real quick, we're going to show some of the drills and what we do. This is just a balance beam. You see how he's sitting on a balance beam for his balance in a nice good squat secondary stance. Just get you the full effect, 3D version. But anyway, we usually hold that for anywhere from 1 for the beginners to 5 minutes for the more advanced players. So now we're just going to show some framing. We use the balance beam so that way we can have our catchers go out and attack the ball. And he'll give you a little example real quick. Okay, so just catch it out in front of the beam. Real quick, we'll give you a side view, same drill. Now we'll real quick show you how we work on our blocking. Turf's a little slippery. Look like you're on ice. Great job. Now we're going to do one of our favorite drills where the catcher doesn't know if it's going to be a block or a frame. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a wrap for catchers. Hope you enjoyed it. I know that we could go into a lot more detail. Throw some questions our way if you have any specific questions that you want with the catchers. Remember this, thank your catchers. Take BP as a catcher even though you're catching the ball. Play catch with a purpose. Catch, frame, exchange, jab. When you're in the outfield, just playing catch with your buddies. It's an art. You have to perfect it. A lot of muscle memory has to be created so you can be an athlete behind the dish. And always be an athlete. Be the best athlete you can, but you got to be tough, be aggressive, be a leader, be confident, be that dog. Be that guy everybody wants to follow. And again,